One. How's it going, everybody? Dragon Core Video Studios, aka Dragon's Band of Merry Misfits, or Dragon Awesome 2 as you all know me as. I'm here today with my good friend,
Alternate Reality,
and today we're talking about the state of Grand Theft Auto
and the future of the franchise. Our thoughts, our opinions, and just a little bit of hidden stuff that we might know about it. Just any little fun facts and stuff like that.
That, as well as the history of Grand Theft as a whole. So to start this off, I'm going to go ahead and give my experiences. At a young age, I started playing Grand Theft Auto, and I should not have been playing that game at the age I did, but I started playing at 5 years old.
I don't think anybody's age appropriate enough to play Grand Theft Auto.
Never. But the good news is, I'm just going to talk about the first game I played, which would be Grand Theft Auto 3 for the PS2.
Classic.
It's a classic. A lot of people like that game for multiple reasons.
It's kind of empty now, but at the time, the game was massive, dude.
It was visually pleasing when you first played it, and it had a lot of stuff you could do, such as, use your cheat codes, go ham on the police, go ham.
Oh, yeah.
On the pedestrians. You could.
The police were brutal in the old games.
Oh, they're even more brutal now. We'll get into that in a minute. So then I started playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas PS2, and it just kept going up and up and up. I had the PSP versions of Liberty City Stories and stuff like that.
See, I remember those. I was impressed that they were even able to do that at the time, bro. Like, it was crazy to have it in your pocket. Like, just be able to just have a car chase in your pocket, be able to, like, gun down pedestrians and stuff. Like, it's just something that you don't see from that era. The DS was the other closest thing you had to being able to play a Grand Theft Auto game.
But playing Chinatown, a lot of people did not like Chinatown because it was like the originals.
I liked the style of it, but the story was a downgrade from the original games because it was just kind of like a port. It was just kind of like a DS version, micro version of the bigger games.
Well, technically, they were trying to revamp what they did with GTA 1, GTA 2, GTA London,
all that.
It was great for its time, and not a lot of people respect it as much as some others do.
I will still say I have that game bought on my Google account for my phone. Like, I still have it on my phone to this day. It's a great mobile game. Like,
now we get into the better parts of the history, which is GTA 4.
Woo!
GTA 4 was a
Nico.
masterpiece for its time. For one, the actual, like, physics. They had better physics in 4 than they did in 5.
Dude, I don't know if you remember whenever you would get shot, but, like, I felt bad for some of the police officers in that game, bro. They would go down and be, like, grabbing their chest and heavy breathing and stuff. Like, they really put a lot of time and effort into making the small details count.
Well, in GTA 4, they had one physic that was not in 5. You could shoot the tires and see it slowly deflate until it actually popped.
Yeah, like, there was just crazy amounts of detail in that game, bro. You had a whole internet cafe you could go to. And I remember for the longest time, because I would watch, like, GTA 4 content on YouTube, and a lot of people would fuck around with just, like, different mods and stuff. You could mod time machines into that game and shit, like...
Oh, and people were doing mods for even San Andreas. I've seen it. Like, the amount of detail people put into mods, too, is such a great thing.
Speaking of San Andreas, do you remember that there was a multiplayer for like a co-op, couch co-op?
I do.
For Grand Theft Auto.
Yes.
That was I didn't even know that existed until I was an older, like, because I didn't have anybody to play Grand Theft Auto with as a kid. And when I was a kid, let me go into my history with GTA, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
So, my history with GTA was, my parents did not let me play Grand Theft Auto. They knew about the franchise. The media made Grand Theft Auto out to be this big bad game, and it was, but it wasn't, dude. Like, back in the day, the older games really were not that bad compared to what's out there nowadays.
Well, technically, what brought all this controversy to GTA wasn't even because of the gore or the violence.
It was a hot coffee mod.
Yes, it was, which it was Hillary Clinton that went ahead and tried suing Rockstar for everything they had because...
her face was in the game.
No, that was in 4. But in San Andreas, she just didn't like the fact that people were having sex in a game. I'm sorry to tell you, if you're having intimate relations in a game, oh well.
You bought the game.
It's at your own discretion. If you have a kid and you let your kid play that, and they do it, that's
your fault.
That's your fault.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It's buy at your own risk. That's how most media should be consumed. I feel you have YouTube on every device nowadays. You use YouTube at your own risk. You're gonna see things you don't want to see.
But I grew up at a time where my dad did not give a single shit what I was playing. Honestly,
yeah.
Like I could play that. I played Getaway. Same game as GTA, except it's like an actual full story. Like you're trying to retrieve your kid and shit.
Yeah.
From a mafia. But off topic. They did put Hillary Clinton in 4 because of the hot coffee incident.
Yeah. Oh, and it pissed her off too.
As the Statue of Liberty.
I remember that. It pissed her off.
But talking about all the crazy stuff. GTA 5 came out, and GTA 5.
Bro, when I tell you, the first time I ever played Grand Theft Auto 5, that shit blew my mind. You gotta understand, kids these days will never understand. When we had the PS3, we couldn't do what you could in modern games. Like, we had Saints Row 2, my guy. We had, Grand Theft Auto 4 was probably still the biggest game that we had. The biggest open world that we had up until that point, at least the most detailed.
And originally I heard people, before 5 actually released, they were talking shit on it. Like, they were shitting on it. They were like, it's going to be like GTA 3. They're not going to do good. But then you got the multiple players you can play as. You have the multiple different parts of story you can go through. They have the stranger missions. You have a whole open world to explore.
And then that doesn't, that's all the story, too. Because before, a lot of people don't remember a time before GTA Online. But GTA 5 before GTA Online was still super impressive. Like, people underestimate that story mode. They really do. That game, there are games that come out today that don't have shit on Grand Theft Auto 5. Like, that game is so impressive.
That's like, okay, here's one of my things. GTA 5 on PS4, Xbox One, great.
That was like...
They just didn't have everything together yet.
Yeah.
Now, when it ported to... Well, no. When it ported to 4, you had first person. You had director mode where you could go and fuck around and do whatever the fuck you want. You could
literally set yourself to moon jump and everything.
You could be invincible and tear apart the whole fucking city of Los Santos.
It was insane what you could do. And the thing is, my little kid brain, when I was a kid, even playing on PS3, I don't know if you guys remember, because a lot of people aren't old enough to remember, but if you are, you remember back on the PS3, GTA Online was not the same. It was not the same game. The GTA Online that we knew didn't have Arena War, didn't have the casino. Matter of fact, the weapon wheel wasn't even a thing yet. We didn't have the weapon wheel. We had the same weapon system that we had in GTA 4 where you had to press the button and scroll through your weapons. You couldn't even have a weapon wheel in that game. They didn't have any of that until PS4. So whenever they ported it, everyone was pissed off because, it's the same game. Why are you not making a new GTA? Okay, well, would you rather them make an entire new game and spend 10 years on it, or would you rather them make this game what it could be? Bring this game to its full potential, because they knew it could do better, especially with the hardware they had. And sure enough, GTA 5 is still the most played fucking game. And you can't tell me it's not.
Now we get into the bigger talks. We're talking about Grand Theft Auto 6.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about what we would love to see about it. Things that have already been released and shown. Because GTA 6, actually, for the trailer, they just announced recently, the trailer's coming out in December.
So I am ecstatic. I can't wait, bro. Just the knowledge that we have a trailer coming out,
and
that is blowing my mind.
Not to mention that everyone's leaks and, falseness actually came to fruition, because it is going to be set
in Vice City,
apparently.
At least that's what we have confirmed. Now, some people are saying that, okay, well, it's going to have all the maps together. We don't know that yet, though. That hasn't been confirmed.
That hasn't been confirmed.
What has been confirmed is that we do have leaks that show, okay, palm trees. We have it's not an 80s theme. It looks like it's modern day.
It's modern day. It's just you can tell it's set in a tropical place.
Yeah.
And the only other tropical place we've been to in GTA,
besides San Andreas
and GTA 5, is in Vice City. they don't rehash something that they've done just
20 times,
recently.
yeah.
So now, if we're going back to Vice City,
Oh man, dude, they're gonna have to do some updating on that map, bro. Because I mean, dude, when I tell you,
well, they are. They said it's going to be at least as big, if not bigger,
than Los
Santos and
Liberty
Blaine
City,
County.
Oh, Blaine County. That's the thing, bro. Like, I keep forgetting that GTA 5 has the desert. You know, you have the mountains. And all of that has to translate into GTA 6 because, of course, they got to do bigger and better. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to impress their fan base.
And then let's talk about the bigger thing here. Franklin Clinton is said to be in this next game. He said in an interview,
yep,
and I can mark this shit because he said it.
He said, "I'm pleased to announce that Franklin Clinton is in GTA 6."
He said it. Now, granted, he might be a side character. He might.
That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if maybe he plays into the story somehow. Like maybe one of his relatives or you know, in the story and he plays them, or maybe you know, him and Tanisha have kind of worked things out in there. You know, we really don't know. What's gonna go on.
In online, they did have the missions for Franklin, which you do learn he did get with Tanisha.
I know.
He has kids. Chop is sadly getting older and it looks like he's gonna die.
But I mean, that's how it goes in the real world, you know.
Yeah, it's a dog. They don't have a high expectancy for life.
Yeah.
But now, other than that, let me talk about something that I saw that would be just amazing for 6. Someone made this fan leak, whatever, where it shows Michael talking and he's saying, "This is it. This is gonna be the biggest thing we do." And then they actually had Nico Bellic's voice actor for that fan-made trailer, and he said, "It is."
Man.
And they're talking. So what they're talking about doing, like what they want to happen, is all the previous protagonists being in one big score.
Now you know it would be great. Because if you ever notice, there's a lot of references to the older characters in GTA 5 and GTA 4. If you look at GTA 4, and a couple of the missions, there's references to, what's his name?
CJ.
No. The Claude.
Claude
from GTA 3. Now, Claude actually comes back in San Andreas, and so they've already tied some of these characters together. Now, that's like Vice City. Apparently there's references to Vice City in some of the games. There's references to Tommy Vassetti. And so my whole thing is, it would be really cool if suddenly all their stories kind of tied together. But even if they don't, I'm still ecstatic.
But I'm not talking just mainline characters. I'm talking like, what I would love to see is the characters from Vice City's story, Liberty City's story. If they tie those into, that would be just...
Now, I loved what they did with Gay Tony. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, they were just trying to be woke or whatever. No, I genuinely think Gay Tony was a big part of GTA's history, and I love Gay Tony. And so for him to be in GTA 5 as big as he is in the nightclub scene, that was impressive. I was so happy whenever I seen Gay Tony in the game, bro. I was like, yes. And he's a big part of GTA Online, too, man. You can manage all of your businesses through Tony's nightclubs, which is great.
But my main thing is, yeah, I think I would really enjoy to see all the characters come back for a one-off.
You know, what would be really cool is, let's say the FIB or somebody gets them involved in some kind of big heist, and they get a crack team of all the GTA protagonists because they've heard they're the best of the best.
And here's the thing, it's also been proven...
You know, I'm just speculating here. I really am. I don't know anything about the game. I don't know. I haven't watched interviews or nothing like that. But I can speculate. And a lot of the games have all tied in kind of cross references to each other.
It would be nice.
It would be super nice, man. It would be a huge fan service moment.
There's this one character I want to talk about, and they say he died in the game. Like, canonically, he's supposed to be dead. But that's everyone's speculation. They don't know that.
You talking about CJ?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If we see CJ one more time,
if we can at least find out what happened to CJ, I'd be happy.
Even if he's like, I don't know how to say this. Even if he's like the guy in the chair,
yeah,
telling them what to do, how to do it,
kind of like Lester, you know. Even if he's like, you know, not necessarily on the scene, But if he's in the background, if there's just knowledge that CJ's still around, because we heard nothing of CJ after San Andreas. There's no references. There's only one reference, and it doesn't even mention his name. It mentions him as a character, and you kind of get the idea that it's CJ back in San Andreas.
Yeah.
But
and I mean they do actually put him on Life Invader in 5. You can find his shit.
Yeah.
And even who talks about him? I think it's Jimmy and Franklin and Lamar. They all talk about him.
Yeah.
It's just it'd be nice to see him one last time, or at least know he's there.
But you know, all the previous games aside, right? I'm looking at the bigger picture here. I'm looking at, okay, what new additions can they bring to the GTA franchise? Because GTA 5 was a hella in-depth game. I'm talking to the point where, bro, your character, like, they had like actual grass and actual like leaves on trees and stuff that would fall and all that. That, you know, you would leave trails in the snow. And you look at Red Dead 2, and Red Dead 2 is an impressive ass game.
Which is something we're going to talk about on another...
What could they possibly add to GTA 5 that would make it any better than Red Dead 2? Because, dude, Red Dead 2 was insane. Now, mind you, it's a completely different type of game. But the level of detail is what I'm looking at. How can they transition... Because Red Dead 2 was a slow game. That's the reason why I kind of had mixed feelings about Red Dead. Was because, yes, it had a fantastic story. But other than the story... You didn't really feel any incentive to keep playing. Once you're done with the story of Red Dead 2, it's kind of like, okay, I can either choose to try to, you know, do the bad karma route, or I can just stop playing the game because there's nothing to do. It's a pretty empty world after you beat the main story. And online, you can't buy properties and stuff like you can in GTA. You can't build a criminal empire like you can in GTA. But if they're going to make a new GTA game straightforward, they got to keep the pace. They cannot slow down. Because GTA 5 is a fast-paced game, my guy. If I can't call my mechanic, call my car there, and instantly have it within 5 seconds, now I'm like, okay, well, this game is just frustrating to play. It's no longer fun. That's what Red Dead 2, I think, had the biggest problem with, was it was a really, really nice, detailed world with really crappy gameplay mechanics. Now, okay, I can comb my hair, but it takes me 5 minutes to get through the animation.
I will say something else I want to see is... not only do I want to see the older cars that we've seen in most of the games.
Yeah.
I want some new cars that are going to blow our mind. I want...
Well, not just new cars. Here's my speculation, right? GTA games have always had somewhat of a damage system for their cars, right?
Yep.
But it's never been too in-depth. Actually, I noticed that when I went back and played GTA 4, the damage system in GTA 4 is better than GTA 5's. The cars have better soft body physics than in GTA 5.
That's what I'm saying. 4 had a lot better physics than 5.
Like when you would hit a car, it would dent that car. Like you could have like your wheel almost fall off. It could bend. In GTA 5, your car just kind of blows up after a certain amount of time, right?
Correct. Yep.
So, what can they do with GTA 6 to improve the cars? And I haven't seen real gameplay of it. You know, I don't know too much about it. But okay, I would be impressed if you could see through a bullet hole. That's enough for me. That's enough improvement. If they could have GTA 5 cars, but I could shoot holes in the car and be able to see through them, that's enough for me. That's all I want. But even besides that, what if, let's say you hit a telephone pole. Let's say your car wraps around it. And you suddenly now you have to go grab another car. That would be really cool. The only downside that I see to that is if you're doing certain missions, like if the missions are going to be GTA 5 style missions, right? Where you're constantly gunning down police and you're chasing and you're not really able to pay attention to where you're driving. Unless you have really good driving skills, you'll fuck your car up and now suddenly you have to go find another car. You'll fail your mission super easily. So, they can't do too much with the vehicles, but I would love to see some improvement to those physics, man. It would be really nice to see some vehicle physics brought into this game because GTA 5 did not impress me with the vehicles. I'm sorry.
It didn't really impress anyone. I mean...
It was still the same thing as GTA 4, but it's like they took the soft body physics and brought it down because of the online.
Correct. Next is the guns. I want to see the same guns, but I also want to see better guns. I want to see some shit that would literally devastate.
Do you know how Red Dead has their system where you can customize individual aspects of the gun?
And you can customize your guns yourself. That would be nice.
That would be so cool. If you could, I don't want them to make it a requirement, because what I don't want to happen is for me to have to sit there and clean my gun. That sucks. No one likes that. Now, mind you, Red Dead 2, I liked it because Red Dead 2 is that type of game. GTA is not that type of game. It's a fast-paced, okay, run and gun. Let's get this done, 2 minutes, get all your shit done, and get back to the mission. With Red Dead, it was like, okay, you can take 5 minutes, clean your gun, clean your horse, do what you got to do, and then get back on the road.
And then get back on the road, yeah.
But with GTA, that doesn't work. You know, GTA has historically been known as a fast-paced action game. And they need to keep that pace, like I said. That's my main priority, is that they keep that fast pace.
Something in online that I want to happen in story mode in the next game is the full body customization of your car as well. Like when you have Benny's Classics, you can go in, customize your interior.
They need to do that with the regular mechanic shop.
That's what I'm saying.
If they could do that with, like, let's say you take the amount of cars you have in GTA Online right now, put them in the open world, and any of those cars I can go and customize like I would a Benny's car, but I can do it for cheap.
And here's the thing, with the amount of years they've had to develop this game,
it should be like this.
It should be like this.
If it's not up to par, I'm not going to lie. And I'm not trying to hold Rockstar to a certain standard, but after a while, you can't cut them slack. You know, it's been how many years? 12 years? 13 years almost?
Yeah.
It's been too long for us to sit here and be like, okay, we can excuse a mid-grade game. No, this game better be fucking AAA. And I'm not saying that because to be rude. I'm saying that because I've invested a lot of time in the GTA Online.
That's what you're trying to get through. He's not trying to cut them down, but I'm
not cutting them down. What I'm saying
is saying that
they're taking more time than any other game studio. If they can't impress me like Baldur's Gate 3, if they can't impress me like an Elder Scrolls game, if they can't impress me like, you know, to the standard of modern AAA games, I'm going to be disappointed. It's got to be better than most modern AAA games.
Correct.
And Baldur's Gate 3 currently is the best game we have out right now.
And, you know, we hold them to a high standard, we do. Because they are one of the best games.
They have more money than any other game studio. GTA Online is a cash cow. You cannot tell me they do not have the resources. They have the best video game programmers in the world. Don't sit back and tell me that you're going to half-ass something. No. Do what the fans want. Now, I'm not saying do what I want specifically, but what I'm saying is
cater to the fans in a way that they'll be pleased.
Exactly. You know, add those little details, man. If they have to, I'm willing to wait another year for GTA 6. If they told me tomorrow that, hey, GTA 6 is delayed, I'd be fine. You know why? That's the game that I'm banking on. I'm banking on GTA 6 to be that fucking experience, because GTA 5 was that experience.
And for me, it's just like playing the game as long as I have.
I want to hop on and I want to feel like I'm playing GTA 5 for the first time again.
Yes.
Because GTA 5, when I booted that up for the first time, dude, it blew my mind. Just the amount of detail that was in that game. They have to do the same thing with GTA 6. Otherwise, fans are not... They're going to go right back to GTA Online and say, fuck this. I'm not paying $70 for this.
Until they eventually...
Fix it, yeah. But
fix it or close down their servers, which...
Yeah, but I'm sorry, but Rockstar has been developing this game since before games had that, early access, this game is in beta. No. You've had time to develop a full game. It's been 12 years. 13 years. If it is not to the standard that Rockstar is known for, I'm not gonna be pissed. I will be disappointed.
A lot of fans would be,
you know, because it's one of those things that I can't bank on one company to make me happy, because they can't do everything that we want.
Well, that's like me saying, I want Resident Evil to have this or that.
But meet us in the middle, you know. Give us those little details, and I'll give you an example. GTA 5, you boot it up, right? Now, mind you, GTA 4 had some of this stuff too, but you can hop into your apartment, and your apartment is not just a home to store cars. You can walk in there, you can watch TV, you can go in there. I'm gonna be disappointed. I'm sorry, bro, but I'm sure some crack team could do early development videos from 3-5 years ago. You never know. So, don't judge a book by its cover. I think GTA 6 is gonna be a fan. Don't judge a book by its cover. I think GTA 6 is going to be a fantastic game. Just based on the gameplay that I've seen, I am not worried. It looks incredible. And people were downing the game. They were like, this looks like shit. I'm like, dude, look at this compared to GTA 5. This is probably years old footage, and it still looks better than GTA 5.
Yep.
They're working on making the people, look like real people. So, if Red Dead 2 was that good, I want them to make a game that's gonna blow my mind, and so I expect to be able to play in first person. I expect to be able to hop into a car and see that car take real time damage because they've had the years to do it and the technology exists. It just needs to. They just need to take that step.
That's just like with body damage, man. Body damage.
They need to have it blow your limbs off and stuff, man. I'm tired of seeing ragdolls, man. I want to see some limbs get blown off.
We see bullet holes, but that's all we see. We don't get any.
I'll tell you what, bro. When I played Hard Bullet in VR, that game is made by an indie studio, and you can literally take a shotgun, blow a hole in someone's chest, and look right through it. If I can't at least see someone's hand fly off in GTA, I'm gonna be mildly disappointed.
Okay, guys. So here's the thing: we are dropping major frames right now. We're at 60%. So what we're gonna do here is we got to a 30-minute mark, which is way longer than I did for the first 2 podcasts. What we're going to do here is we're going to give Jacob, my friend, alternate reality, we're going to give him a big thank you for coming on.
Man, anytime, bro. Matter of fact, I'm willing to do any podcast you want, really. It's a matter of you just got to catch me at the right time.
Yep.
But, I honestly, GTA is one of those franchises that me and you both grew up with, and I feel like we both have very strong opinions about it. My opinion is, ultimately, I want to see the GTA franchise grow because this has been the biggest gaming franchise in the world so far. There have been more people invested in this than anything else, and I can't say that I expect anything less from GTA 6.
And it comes to this. Me and him live together, so we try to work a schedule to do stuff together. So
yeah,
if you guys enjoy our talks like this, please
let us know.
Let us know.
Absolutely.
And if you guys watch this even after real time, if you watch this a day later, a month later, comment asking Jake to come back because I enjoyed this. I enjoy this more than anybody.
I love sharing my thoughts and opinions on gaming, and honestly, I might have really strong opinions, but the thing is, I do hold, especially when it comes to a game company like Take-Two, and I'm not going to lie, I hold them to a high standard. I watch a lot of YouTubers explain their leaks and stuff like that, so I have been keeping up, and I expect nothing less of these giant game companies.
And if you guys want to see him for the Dragon Ball talk, I'll pull him in. He doesn't know that much.
I don't know that much, but I do know enough about the games to be able to comment on those games. But
even in that case, if we talk about it, and if he asks questions, that's still part of the podcast. It's all part of being engaged in the conversation.
Oh yeah, I love having these conversations though.
But since we're at the 30-minute mark, thank you guys so much for watching this podcast.
Love you guys. You guys take care. I'm out.
If you like this video, please leave a like, comment down below for more content, Twitter's links, everything my channel details in the description. Subscribe for more content. I post almost every other day. And thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for watching this video. I'll see you guys later.